Guys, it's all set up. I took care of everything. They're gonna be here in a few minutes. There's one for each of us.
Dean, I will never doubt you again.
I know you won't.
My dreams never get this good.
My fantasies never get this good, man. And this is only the beginning. Yeah, let's...
Welcome back to Late Night Talk Sessions with Tuna Bear. And tonight we have a new guest, Staunch TV. Let me just go ahead and pass the mic over to Mr. Alex Staunch.
What's up? This is Adon Gonzalez, a.k.a. Alex Staunch, a.k.a. Rap Game Ronnie Miller, a.k.a. Jack Trippa, a.k.a. Vanilla Ice's baby daddy. And I am very happy to be here tonight on this very one-of-a-kind podcast. I've never done anything quite like this before. It's been a lot of fun. And you can go check me out on Staunch TV. I can't wait for you guys to hear this random-ass conversation that's coming.
It sure is an episode. There's a lot of back and forth on movies, books, and just stuff that we enjoy doing. But yeah, only way to find out is to stay tuned and go follow your boy, Alex Staunch, at Staunch TV.
Well, it's one of our boys.
Shit. So what's going on?
Chilling, just been working.
Just been working. That always makes for a great conversation.
Oh, it is.
Just been working. I've just been working as well. Have you been doing anything exciting? Because working is kind of boring, I think.
I've been doing commercials lately.
Okay,
Mostly for this.
Tell us all about it.
So, like, I don't know, like, the legality of it. Might be getting copyrighted, but I'll rip songs from YouTube to use as the intro.
Like what?
Like, I'll look up, like jazzy hip-hop or funky hip-hop beats. And as long as it says free, I'll snag them.
If it says free, you're usually in the clear, man. Like I've been doing the YouTube thing for a long time. I use every now and then, if I need, like, if I'm acting like, sometimes I'll go in detective mode, or I'll be talking normal, but then we go like this, and I'm gonna figure things out. And I like to have a like a little kind of film noir music. Just look up film noir free, and then whichever one comes up. The downside of it is you can't really just download it most times because they're like. Sometimes it's like 3 hours long or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like all this different stuff. So, that's where I use those little tools. I'll just snip little parts out. But so you're pretty much in the clear like that, unless it says on the bottom, if you're trying to monetize it, usually, then they'll come after you or whatever. But it's all strange. Sometimes it'll say free, and then it'll be like, but if you use it, you have to, like, give us credit or whatever.
You have to give us a shout out, or you gotta pay.
Yeah, like I've used beats before for my silly rap music, Rap Game Ronnie Miller. Everyone should go check it out. I've used a beat before, and like when I do that, I'll chop it up, I'll cut parts out, I'll put parts in reverse, and if it all depends on whatever they're using to get their shit claimed, man, sometimes it still don't work. Like, I'll have tracks I put out there, and someone else is making like the 2 cents besides me. You know what I mean? Because they put the beat up there, and it said free, but it wasn't free.
Yeah, you gotta pay like $20 just to use that track.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
And it still has their stamp in there.
Yep, and then you hear like other legit rappers that use that beat at some point in their careers. It's like, that's funny, and that's why I guess that's why they're charging that much, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so tell me more about these commercials. Commercials for what?
All right, so like I've been getting heavy into doing recordings.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting heavy into doing recordings, and the other day I posted, "Hey, I'm giving out a free promo ad for anyone that really comments." I had an idea for like a barber one. That was like, it ain't easy looking sleazy. That's why I go see my boy and so or whatever.
Yeah.
But no barber hit me up, but one of my friends that's a salesman in Calallen hit me up. He was like, "Hey, can you make one for me?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." Yeah. Like, do you have a slogan or anything? He was like, "Just ask for Nino." I was like, "All right, I'll definitely do that."
That's awesome, man.
Like, I was just sitting there for like maybe an hour thinking of a little script and came up with it. I'll probably upload it to Anchor. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Because I mean, that's like not that's a real thing, you know. I worked at this town's last independent video store, Star Video, years ago, and I used to do their promos on the radio. And there, it's different with the radio station. You know, they're like, I was like, hey, what music can I use? They're like, oh, you got some Green Day. I was like, okay. Because obviously you look at me and you think Green Day, right? So so I was like, okay. And they would just be like talking about whatever. And people tell me all the time on the radio, on the YouTube channel that, you know, your voice sounds like a radio guy or whatever. So I think, you know, you especially have that down. You can do it. And it's like with those commercials, I've gone around town and tried hitting people up because I was like, what no one is doing is just like Facebook ads. You don't fuck cable. You don't need to put your shit on cable. Just have a video, have a commercial, have a business. You put it on Facebook or whatever, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and then you put like $5 behind it, and it's as good as doing it.
Through the radio,
Channel 3 or whatever. You know, or the radio even. Yeah, see, fucking radio. If you listen to the radio all day, like that's awesome, whatever. I'm glad that's still, you know, an outlet. But you're also like a weirdo if you listen to the radio all day.
Well, like, I mean, like, I don't listen to the radio all day, but like, if my phone dies and just so happens your ad comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind.
Like I've, you know, it's all a whole thing. It's very, very difficult, man. There's so many people trying things, and like if you're gonna be doing something, it's so hard. Like I just got to 5,000 subscribers yesterday, which isn't shit. But when you think about it, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
It's still a lot, dude. I'm sitting at 20.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's it's not like none of it's easy. Have 5,000 subscribers and you put a video out and you get fucking 35 views in 3 days. It's like, what is happening? You know, it pisses me off. Me versus the internet. That's my life. It's just like I do that for fun either way. It's just difficult, man. Like so, anyone who tries new things, I admire it, and especially like the commercial thing. I think you should stick with that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's right now it's a little project. Like, there's a website called 123 Voice that yeah, I need to cut that out. There's a website called 123 Voice or Voice 123, and like you can make a profile on there, but you kind of use it as like a service. So you make your profile, you put up some promos of some ads that you've done, and say like the guy that I sent that commercial to, I told him, if you know of anybody that's looking for commercials like this, let me know. That way I can send them my link to that website, and they can purchase through there. That way it's kind of like a legit business.
Yeah.
That way I can put it down on my taxes, I think, or something like that.
That's cool.
Instead of being like, yeah, just cash at me. Let me be sleazy about it.
No shit. No, whatever works, man. Shit, you gotta monetize yourself however you can. Shit.
But I'll tell you what, though, that I've noticed, commercials are not like they used to be. Like think of like the commercial you remember from when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like, what's one that really stuck out?
The Capri Sun one, where it was all Terminator 2, where they, you know, I don't know if you remember that or not. But.
The Terminator. Is it the one where it's like this?
There's like a Capri
metallic
Sun.
thing.
Yeah, it's like a metallic
everywhere.
blob going around town.
Yeah.
It's fucking that was a good one.
Oh man, dude, yeah, you unlocked a hidden memory.
It was like Terminator 2 came out, then suddenly that kind of shit was cool. It was weird. Yeah, totally hidden memory though.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know if that has anything to do with what you're talking about, but you asked me if I remember a commercial.
I visualized it, and I was like, oh man, I remember that.
I remember. But yeah, commercials are. I don't watch TV. Whenever I do, like, I work at a bar or whatever part time, and so I'll see shit on TV and I'll just stop and look like, this is happening. I didn't know who the fuck James Corden was till like last year. You know what I mean? That guy apparently he's been a late show host for like 10 years or something. I don't know. I had no idea. And I was like, oh, I remember this guy. He was in Cats. I had to watch that movie. It was a piece of ass. It was a terrible movie. Yeah.
Like the old...
No, it's like the one that came out recently that people are trying to forget. Yeah, I had Taylor Swift. I had James Corden, and then a bunch of other A-list actors who like don't ever talk about that movie.
What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the movie with all the rats and they protect that one guy.
All the Rats, Willard.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a good movie. That was a remake. That was a two-parter back in the day. It was a movie called Ben, I think it was, and then Willard was the follow-up, or it was vice versa. I forget. But Willard was the shit. Yeah, Crispin Glover, great actor. I have his album. He put out this very strange album, very, very weird album. It's hard to find, and he put this weird fucking album out right before. I don't know if you know anything about Crispin Glover, but that dude, everyone thinks he went crazy. He was just doing this character he created named Reuben Farr, which was a character he created for this movie called Reuben and Ed. And he went on the Late Show and acted like he was on acid and shit. It was crazy. And he put this weird album out. No one knew what the fuck was happening. And then when he put Willard out, he actually did a cover of the Michael Jackson song, Ben. And it's fucking gorgeous. It's almost better than Michael Jackson's version.
Oh, I'm going to have to check that out.
Because Michael Jackson wrote the song Ben about his pet friend, his mouse that he became friends with that was like living in his house that eventually died and got caught in a trap. And it was like his only friend growing up, apparently. That's the story, So then whenever that Willard came out, Crispin Glover took it upon himself to do a Michael Jackson cover. It's pretty nuts. Cool movie, though. It's a good flick. Sorry to rant about it. I haven't seen it.
You're good.
It's a great fucking movie. They don't make them like they used to. Like Mouse Hunt, another great mouse-themed movie.
The Disney one?
No, it was DreamWorks, actually. You just spilled your beer. There's a towel in the hamper in my bathroom. If you just want to, it's like, it's a little moist, but it's just because it was on the floor in the bathroom. Anyways, no, Mouse Hunt was DreamWorks. That was written by Adam Rifkin. Mouse Hunt was written by the same guy who wrote and directed Detroit Rock City, if you believe that. Very strange. Directed, yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, dude, Detroit Rock City's great. Adam Rifkin, he did The Chase, Dark Backward, a bunch of great films. I actually interviewed him briefly for The Dark Backward. But yeah, Mouse Hunt is directed by Gore Verbinski, who went on to do the Pirates of the Caribbean and Rango. Everyone knows Rango. Sorry if I peeked out right there.
No, you're good. I'm still gonna compress everything.
So everyone loves Rango. Everyone loves Rango. We need a Rango sequel. Why the fuck was there not a Rango sequel?
See, I remember Rango, but I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Like I watched it so many times, wanting to like it.
Oh, that movie's so great. I saw it in the theater though. I don't remember if it was in 3D or not when I saw it, but it was. It's just like your basic Western, but with reptiles and shit. I thought it was awesome. Instead of gold, it's water.
Yeah.
And the badass rattlesnake. I loved it, man. It was, in my opinion, one of Johnny Depp's last good movies.
I don't know. I saw a picture of it today, and I was like, wasn't there like a crow scene or something like in there? Like,
I don't know. I've only seen it a handful of times. I need to check it out again. That'd be an interesting rewatch.
Like, to me, it's one of those movies that, like, I've seen, like, maybe a handful of times, and I still don't remember scenes from it. Like, I remember, like, little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like, I remember him hiding in a bottle.
Oh, yeah. It's most notable for... at the beginning, when he's on the highway and he falls out of the truck or whatever happens, he hits the windshield of the characters. What is it? Hunter S. Thompson and Benicio del Toro's character. I forget his name from Fear and Loathing. Bam! He hits the windshield and he's like, "Whoa, what was that?" And so it's like it ties into that movie, and it's Johnny Depp obviously does the voice again. So that was cool. Speaking of which, I'm a big movie and TV guy, obviously. Staunch TV, everyone go check it out. But have you seen anything interesting lately that you might want to chat about?
Oh, man.
Even if it's old, I know you're a VHS collector and whatnot, as am I.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't want to bring no local business into this, but
yeah.
we could go on for hours about that. So, like, how did you come up with the name Staunch?
Back in the day, Albert, our buddy Albert, who's doing the whole comedy thing right now, he's in the band Death Row Romeos. Everyone go check that out. He came up. He used to make these old Flash animations. I would just kind of help him with voices and whatnot. I attempted to make some of my own. I think at some point I helped him with like a few little things, but it was mainly Albert doing all that shit. And he did this Flash animation, and one of the characters was a Detective Cal, I think it was. A Detective Cal named Sir Alex Staunch. And I just thought it was fucking hilarious. And this is like over fucking 15 years ago. And it just stuck in my head the whole time. I thought it was hilarious. And I remember when I started the channel, I told him, hey, dude, I'm going to adopt the Alex Staunch thing or whatever. Hope you don't mind. He's like, oh, it's cool. But I dropped the Sir. So it's just Alex, and then Staunch. And then I have a bad reputation around here. Everyone thinks that I hate everything and that I'm like real opinionated just because you have an opinion, it's weird. So I figured, hey, that's the whole Staunch thing. Just lean into it a little bit. Why not? But, yeah. So it works. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. 'Cause I used to have a page way back called Nobody Special TV. I don't even know if it's still up on Facebook.
No.
But like, it was like a little gaming channel, but it got kind of big for me being in like high school.
That's a good name. Nobody Special. I started as Blind Puto TV.
Dude, I still have some of the DVDs.
Yeah, I was doing like compilations from punk bands and putting out stupid videos, and didn't really do too much. I didn't know what I was doing with that. I wanted to do something, And then even when I started the channel, it started out as a music thing. I wanted to do like 120 minutes kind of show. If anyone knows what that is, it was 120 minutes of music and tour reviews and shit back in the day on MTV.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of emulate that, and you have bands come on. And I had a house with room at the time, so we'd have bands come play from all over. So that whole thing was cool. But at some point, I had to be honest with myself. I was like, this is way too much work for fucking no views. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was when I was first starting. So it was like, what the fuck? This is way too much. And then I got into the movie reviews and stuff. And yeah, so here we are today.
Well, because like, that's how I was when I started. Because like, I started streaming under Jerry 404 Error.
Yeah.
And if you play COD with me, I'm sorry. Your kids are assholes.
And they're racist. And they are fat. And they are racist.
And if you're their mom, I probably asked for you. But
that's
fucking funny.
Where's your mom?
Yeah, no, for real.
Your son said something about fucking.
Nah, man. I used to play that game Fortnite.
Oh, goddamn.
And there was, that game Among Us? Have you heard anything about that?
And I'm familiar with all of this. I've never played any of it, but Among Us is the ones with the little people and the little costumes.
Yeah.
I like those little people in the little costumes. I don't know what. That's funny.
Well, they made a little knockoff game of that on Fortnite.
Oh, goddamn.
And you can like talk to everybody that's in the party, or everybody that's playing right before you start the game.
Wait, what's the knockoff version called?
It was what was it called?
Like Fungus Among Us?
No, Fortnite Among Us. It's not on there no more. I want to say it's because of me. But like right before the match will start, you got like a minute and a half before the match starts or starts. And there's like little kids like just talking. I'm like, hey, dude, where's your mom at? Go get her. They're like, I ain't gonna go get my mom. Hurry up.
I left my shoes there. I forget that's a part of games. You know what I mean? I am 100% not a gamer. I haven't played a video game. I downloaded I'm a door guy at a bar, so I downloaded a pool game.
Yeah.
And that's the first game I played in I'm not even like lying or not. I'm talking like a decade, dude. I'm just not a video game guy, but I feel like I would really dig some video games, because I grew up like everyone else with the hand-me-down systems. Like, I got a 64. When I finally got a 64, it was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer themed. It was a black box.
Oh,
it had fucking Anakin on the fucking driving his shit on the box. Had Saboba on the side. It was all decked out, and it was a black, like kind of like black gunmetal 64. Came with 2 controllers. Came with the video game and all. It was all badass. And so that was like when I first got it in 64. It was I was real into the dumbed down games, you know, racing games, puzzle kind of games or whatever.
Yeah.
I was never into the more complex stuff. To me, I would just get pissed off. So you're supposed to play to have fun. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? Walking back and forth in this goddamn stupid hellscape, like trying to find some dumb shit. And I would get so annoyed, you know? And that's just a regular part of the game.
Oh, man, you're telling me. So, like, I get bored at work and I look up old games that I used to have.
Yeah.
And there was this Rugrats game.
Oh, okay. I remember the gameplay of that. It was talk about hellscape.
Yeah, but like, there's a bunch of games like that, like the Lion King game for Nintendo 64, or not Nintendo 64, Super NES.
I don't remember that one.
I have it, and I grew up playing it, but I could never get past the first level. And I looked up game reviews on it. As they are, well, someone's probably beat it, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the hardest game that ever came out for kids."
Oh yeah, I bet, man. Shit like that, and you look back, and a lot of these games grew up with really sucked. It was so hit or miss going to the video store or whatever. And like I tried being into video games. I was into the shit like everyone else was. I love like when Grand Theft Auto first became Grand Theft Auto, and you can go like beat up hookers and shit. Like I love that game. Sit there and fuck with the cops all day, you know.
Yeah,
that was my shit. The Warriors video game, one of the first video games I ever actually beat on my own. I remember like the Medal of Honor games, the OG PlayStation 2 one, like European Assault. I was like, I love that game. Stuff like that. The Stuntman games. If you remember those, the Stuntman where it's like you're a stuntman in the car.
I think I remember.
And you just have like, all right, jump from this building to this building, do a fucking wheelie, and then spin, stop right here, and you got to do it all perfect in a certain amount of time.
Is that Driver?
No, it was literally called Stuntman. There's like 2 of them, I think, 2 or 3 or something. I don't know. And then the Manhunt games, like Stuntman and Manhunt.
Manhunt's lit.
Yeah, Manhunt, the first one, like, I beat that on medium, I think, and it was the hardest goddamn thing I ever done. But that game was cool as fuck, man. And so, like, I never got it. I think now, though, I'm a big Western fan, so I really think the Red Dead Revolvers or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called, right? It was called Red Dead Revolver back then. I played the first one.
Well, those are... Oh, man, I don't know the storyline, but I think Red Dead Revolver was like the first Red Dead.
The very, very first one.
Yeah.
And then Redemption, and then now it's like, I don't know what it is.
Redemption 2.
But I know that I would really dig it, because I liked that game when it came out. Like, I think the Western thing is pretty tight. Like,
oh, man.
And yeah, aside from the golden age, I grew up like everyone else. You grew up loving video games. That's what I did. That's what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like with all the classic shit, Contra. And, I remember playing the fuck out of Contra and Battletoads, Street Fighter, Bad Dudes. This really great game back in the day was like the Western version of Contra. It was called Sunset Riders. I don't know if you remember that. Definitely check it out. If you're a video game guy, you can probably find an emulator. It's pretty sweet. It's like Contra, but it's literally a Western version.
Cowboys and Indians.
It's like, yeah, there's this guy who's taking over this town or some shit. And then like at the end of the game or whatever, there's a stampede and you got to jump down and like jump on all the cows or you're shooting and shit. It's pretty cool. I always say if I ever get my chance to make my video game movie, that's going to be it. It's gonna be fucking Sunset Riders or Contra. 'Cause Contra would be sweet as fuck too.
But yeah, I played Red Dead Redemption 2. And I don't know, I just like all the I guess all the references. Like, have you ever read Blood Meridian?
I don't know what that is.
By Cormac McCarthy?
I know Cormac McCarthy. I know The Road.
Everybody knows The Road.
Everybody knows The Road. I read that book in jail. Don't ever do that to yourself.
Oh.
You can talk about being depressed with
Damn.
a pile of shit. Yeah. It's like no cherry on top. It's a pile of shit on top. No great book, but don't do it in jail.
Oh, man.
No, but what about it?
So, like, Blood Meridian is Cormac McCarthy's, like, I guess, unfilmable masterpiece. Like, they've been talking about making movies about it, but it's just so hard. So, like, I've tried to read it all the way through. It's real hard because it's written, like, real proper.
Yeah.
And, like, it's about this little boy that, I guess, grows up.
When you say real proper, is it like just typical Cormac McCarthy, or is it because it's like a period thing? Or?
Like a period thing, but also because it's Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah.
Because he has like a weird way of writing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's like real dry. Like, why the hell do I need to know that the sun and the leaves were all orange?
Yeah, he'll beat you across the head with whatever theme he's got going. It's still subtle, but it's very prevalent, especially if you're a guy who reads other people and is familiar with how this shit goes down. Yeah, Cormac McCarthy's real heavy-handed, man. No matter what it is, so I can imagine. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. But like I understand the whole principle of everything. It's just it's weird. So like he meets this guy that's apparently like the devil. And like he comes, I want to say he meets him like 3 or 4 times, and like I don't know, he rolls with him for a minute, and then they disband, and then I don't know. It's a weird book. Like I could talk so much about it, but I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it.
I'd like to check that out, man. I don't know
but it's very Western. It's real, like mysterious in a way.
It sounds awesome.
Cause like nobody knows who the guy is. They just call him the judge.
It's very mysterious. Is it like post-apocalyptic? Like
not post-apocalyptic, but pre-civilization.
Oh shit!
Like fucking swinging doors on the bars type post.
Well, shit. That sounds interesting. Do you have a copy of it, or where'd you?
I do have a copy of it.
Are you done? You've already read it.
You want to borrow it?
I would like to borrow. I'll trade you. I'll let you. You can borrow a book, and we can start a book club.
Oh, lit! No, I'm down. I'm fucking.
We
down
have something
with
to talk about next time. I'm literally that'd be awesome. I have like some other. I have a whole shitload of books in another room. I'm a big Stephen King guy. I feel like I've read a lot of. I'm trying to get into other things, but I'm such a huge Stephen King fan. I just don't have time to read anymore. It sucks. Like I have a bunch of books that I want to read, but they're all Stephen King, you know. So I like reading other shit. So definitely, I would like to check out some more Cormac McCarthy. Like I said, I've read The Road. Great book. Ugh, such a downer. Jesus Christ.
See, I have The Road, but I haven't read it.
Dude, it's so
But I just want to know, how was the scene where they keep all the people underneath? Like, how was that in the book?
You've seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen
right?
the movie.
Yeah, basically the movie did a great job of getting all the droll shit. God damn, that movie's I think the perfect example of what Cormac McCarthy tried getting across. Like that one nailed it, man. That's what I don't mean to go off topic here. I can come back to that in a second. Yeah. But I don't know if you watched are you watching The Last of Us?
I haven't seen it, and I know mostly about it from the game and like everybody talking about it.
See, to me, it kind of ties together. Like we're talking the video games, ironically, but I've never played the game or anything. But that whole genre to me was just nailed with The Road, you know? Yeah. So once I read The Road, I was like, fuck, man, I don't think I ever want to, like, how are you going to do that story any better than this, in my opinion? Yeah. And then, fucking Logan came out, and I was like, holy shit, Logan's awesome. But that's a superhero thing, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of like the take on again, we're going back to the Westerns, the lone wolf and the cub, you know what I mean? It was an old Japanese film trope. It's an old Western. All Western movies are just takes on Japanese movies anyways. It is what it is. You want like Logan's just a huge allegory for Shane. all these fucking that story's going to be endless. The Mandalorian, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
All Western, all harkens back to Westerns and old Japanese fucking movies. So like I was like, what are they going to do different now? And then The Last of Us, it's pretty good. I'm not a video game guy. I don't know anything about the games, but the show's pretty good.
well, going back to Red Dead, they reference the judge from Blood Meridian.
Oh, that's cool.
In Red Dead Redemption 2.
No
like
shit.
I want to say, the main character goes up to this cabin, and they leave like a warrant paper on a building, not on the building, on the door. And he's reading it, something about you have like 5 days to get out of here before we come shoot this place up or something like that. And it's signed the judge.
Oh, nice.
And like anyone that knows Cormac McCarthy and Blood Meridian, like they're like, oh, he's in here.
No shit.
That's what I was leading up to. But
well, why do they say that it's unfilmable to make the movie?
I think just because it's real hard to read, just because of how he writes it. But I don't know, like they have what's it called, like promos and stuff. Like they've tried to like make like fan made films. Like I've heard that Jordan Peele's supposed to be trying to make a movie on it.
Okay, that's sweet.
Which I think he'd do a good job, but a lot of people say it's real unfilmable.
We'll see. That's the thing with unfilmable, quote unquote, unfilmable books. That's how it's supposed to be, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why books are books and movies are movies. But it's always fun to see people's takes on it, especially Jordan Peele.
What? So it's because it's novel religious vision is terrifying.
Ooh.
That's why it's hard to film.
It's what?
The novel's religious vision is terrifying. It's crazy when because like there's things that I don't know, like in It, at the end of It in the novel, Bill has a battle with Pennywise.
Yeah,
and it's all in their minds. They're sitting like, and it's all in their heads, and they bite each other's tongues and they're flailing around. And it's like, how could you possibly feel that shit? And they're having a battle of wits the whole time, like. So there's certain things, I don't see how it's, which is why it's so much better to just read the damn book. But
a lot of people don't like to read. Like me personally, I have a friend that loves, I guess, manga and like anime and all that.
Manga.
Have you ever heard about all that? Like,
yeah.
But like, he's like, yeah, you need to check this anime out. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, yeah. And I'll check it out. I'm like, hey, man, that was real good. He's like, yeah, you need to read the manga. I was like, I'm not going to fucking read the manga. I was like, you're lucky I spent like a day or two fucking watching the anime.
I spent 3 days watching a bitch with fox ears. I'm not reading no manga.
He's like, oh, but it's so much better. It goes into depth. There is one anime, though, that like he showed me, and like I kind of want to read it. And it's called Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. God
damn it.
And
that's a great name.
Dude, it's about this little Japanese boy from
I was going to say, is it about a little Japanese boy?
Well, they start a band in Japan, and it's all about like him like growing up playing music and like learning how to play and becoming, or from going from like this straight nobody to somebody. Oh man, it's like early 2000s rock.
I was gonna say, is it early 2000s rock? No, that's cool.
And like
that sounds interesting. Actually,
it's real good. And like he was telling me, like he's like, in the manga it goes into depth how he loves the Ramones and this cool. And that. And I was like, man, like I want to check it out because I want to see what they talk about. But it's real cool. The anime is lit. Like it's real early CGI, and it's weird seeing that in like a cartoon.
Rock and roll culture means something so different to Japanese people. I love it. Like I don't know if you're familiar with like Guitar Wolf and Teen Generate and shit like that. All these bands that are total plays off the Ramones, and it's in the best ways possible.
Yeah,
it took that garage rock to a whole new level. You think about garages in Japan, they're probably way smaller.
Oh, man, they barely have rooms.
Those great bands must have been started in those tiny garages.
You ever had to sleep next to your kitchen table?
Oh, I know, right? Sit Indian style, eating noodles, butt naked, yelling at someone. God damn it. I do that every day. So yeah, that's all pretty interesting there. I think that's a good little run there. I just need to know what the hell we're going to talk about next.
Oh, man. All right. So, what sparked your love for Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman? No, it's like it's very strange. I tell people all the time. People think like, "Oh, this dude's obsessed." It's like not. It's not necessarily an obsession. I'm infatuated with all kinds of child actors. It'd be way stranger, I'm telling you right now, if I had Corey Feldman, Corey Haim shit, plus like fucking, man, I'm drawing a blank now. Like if I had some like Leif Garrett memorabilia and like goddamn Donny Osmond shit. Like if it was like a whole mix of all the shit that I'm actually kind of into,
yeah,
that'd be way more weird, man. Like you guys wouldn't hang out with me anymore. But it's like
I got this Corey Haim plush doll right
yeah, you know, I'm way into movies in general. The thing is, it's I've had a chance to be part of this whole thing. You know, it's very strange. And to answer your question honestly, though, why am I such a big fan? I grew up in video stores, dude. Straight up, I tell people that. But I really did, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. Whenever came to the weekend, my mom was like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to go to the fucking movies or I want to go to the video store, you know?
Yeah.
That's all. That's
and
it.
like, this generation is not going to know about
And,
it.
yeah, that's every day on Netflix. It's they have a queue ready and rolling, you know? Which is awesome. So do I. But.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna
yeah. But it's like back in the day, you didn't have that shit. And luckily, I grew up with cable and, you know, badass cable. My dad was way into boxing, so we had Cinemax, Showtime, HBO, all that shit.
Yeah.
And so I grew up with we had a giant satellite in our backyard, you know, like bigger than this house in the fucking early 90s. And so we grew up with all that shit. My mom remarried a guy who was way into movies too. He's a fucking asshole. Rest in peace, I suppose. But but he was into watching movies too, so we had badass cable. I just grew up with that, and then the video stores, man. I can't stress enough. Here in our small town of Beeville, Texas, there was 5 video stores open at the same time, and they all kind of had different things. Yeah,
I only remember 2. But
there was Video Magic number 2, Video City, Video. It was just called Video. That was the big one downtown, or in the strips. The strip mall down there across from next to McDonald's and whatnot. And then there was one over there next to the Riverbend as well. That was right there. I was talking about shit like people know what I'm talking about. Anyways, there was like 5 fucking independent video stores.
The Riverbend's a bar.
Yeah. And so at any point I was like, hey, I want to see I want a good horror movie. I know, go to Video Magic number 1 because that's where they had all that shit. And if you wanted like legit new releases, the second place you'd go was Video City because they would cater to the more, you know, whatever. My favorite one was this place called Video, where they had the the new release section, and it was full of straight to video bullshit. Oh, shit. If you wanted an actual brand new movie with like, you know, that was popular, they had maybe 1 or 2 copies. They really had a deal with all these schlock companies back in the day, and I loved it. Learned so much. And so growing up with all that, man, and growing up with cable, it was very apparent to me that the coolest sons of bitches out there were Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. And this is years before. I didn't see The Lost Boys until like 97, which is about 10 years after the fucking movie came out. But I knew about it. I just didn't see it till around then. Yeah. I grew up with like License to Drive, Dream a Little Dream 2, all the weird shit, you know. And so to me, those guys were the shit. And so whenever I grew up and I've had the chance to actually like, you know, get the YouTube thing going, I did my own documentary, Forever, The Untold Story of Rock and Roll High School Forever. And then that got the attention of Corey Feldman's assistant, hung out with those guys, flew up there, spent 2 weeks in Hollywood, and got to edit a documentary for him called Corey Feldman, Artist, the Man Behind the Love. Available right now in his box set. on CoreyFeldman.net. And you can also get it very soon. When that happens, everyone will know. I can't talk about it right now, unfortunately. But it's coming out soon. And so that was just so cool, man. It's like, think of someone who you've been watching your whole life. Like as long as I've been watching movies, that guy's been in movies I've loved. You know what I mean? Not just liked. Like that really had an impact on me. Like Stand By Me. First time I saw that movie, fucking loved it when I was a kid. And it really hit me. It really struck me. Goonies, I didn't really like it so much, but I loved Feldman, and it fucking mouth is awesome. Same thing with Gremlins. I wasn't a big Gremlins guy, but I related to the kid because I was a little kid at the time. It was so weird how this worked out. And then I grew up watching all of his piece of shit movies, dude. I admit he did a lot of crap, and I watched all of them growing up.
See, it's weird because like I grew up with there just being two movie places here. I want to say it was like Star Video or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one I worked at. Yeah,
I probably saw you when I was like,
I'm sure,
a wee baby.
Probably. I don't doubt it. That place ran off renting porn.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was that and Blockbuster at the end.
Yeah, and Blockbuster.
Yeah. Before that, though, before Blockbuster even hit, there was 5 different ones at one point. I remember so vividly, and it was so awesome, man. I miss it so much. But to me, like, it's crazy. You think of someone that you admire, that you've watched your whole life, and you actually get the chance to hang out with. I've been in the guy's house, Corey Feldman's house. I got to meet him, and I met his wife. Like, I went and saw him on tours. I got to, he was busy, but his whole band knew me. They're like, "Hey, what's up, Adon?" Yeah. So it was cool. It's just cool being involved with something that you've always been a fan of. Now, I was like, well, shit. Now I got to figure something else out. Like, now life's boring again.
Now we gotta go back.
Oh, I miss it so much, man. It's really cool seeing Feldman do something, though. Like, he got Jordan Peele befriended him. Him and Jordan Peele are homeboys. There's this really great movie. It came out in 2004 called A Birthday that Corey Feldman went out to Spain and filmed it. Really, really great movie that nobody saw. Now, recently, Jordan Peele saw it, and he went to he went to Corey Feldman's house as well. Same house I was at. It was cool. I wish I could have been there at the same time. God damn it. But anyways, he went there. They watched the movie. He put it in a film festival. Feldman went out and did a whole thing. So it's like, I really hope that Jordan Peele puts his ass in his next movie. I could say that much.
Oh, that'd be lit.
# Jordan Peele, Corey Feldman, bromance.
Damn, I have to put that as a hashtag.
I did a whole video about it right now. You can watch it on Staunch TV.
Yeah, go ahead and look up Staunch TV if you like those old 80 movies, and like not even just old 80 movies. Like I saw you do the review on what was it? That Jeepers Creepers movie, the new one.
Oh, Reborn. Yeah,
Reborn.
What a piece
like
of shit. Yeah.
It was fun. A piece of shit.
Yeah, I did that. I did that. The streaming, quote unquote, streaming site I use had that up. It was a rip, and I thought it'd be funny to do a review using rip footage because fuck that movie.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, they put up the HD version, and I was like, oh, well, fuck it. And I was like, suddenly the movie gets way more clear, and then we're here. And I was like, oh, and then out of nowhere, the creeper turns into a black guy, and he puts money into a blender, and it shoots everywhere. And it's like the ad that pops up in rip movies. It's that guy, I forget what it is. You watch rip movies where it's like the ding, 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 something casino, and it's like, you know what I mean? It interrupts the whole movie. Yeah. I guess you have to watch it. You can watch my Jeepers Creepers Reborn video on Staunch TV as well as a whole bunch of other shit. It was horrible. Yeah, one thing I liked that movie did that I did like, though, is that it wiped away the rest of the movies as far as Victor Salva, because that guy sucks. I don't know if you know about Victor Salva.
And you like the child?
Yeah, he's a child molester guy, yeah. He's a child diddler. We'll say that so we don't get demonetized anywhere.
Yeah. He likes kids a little too much.
Basically, fuck that guy. But they go through the trouble of taking him out of the movie. In the very beginning, they're like, yeah, they made some movies about the creeper or whatever. They made 3 of them, blah, 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 blah. But it's a different universe, so they're like, oh, cool.
Like one guy that's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's like they made these movies, but they describe them as being different, and it's a different universe. So it's out of that. So I'm like, oh, cool. They wiped him away. Fuck him, right? That's cool. At least they did that.
Hell yeah.
But at the end of the movie, they reference all the other ones. So it's like, no, those movies are still. It's like, what the fuck? This movie didn't get. That movie got nothing right. That was just so terrible, man. Piece of shit. Yeah, I can go on for at least another minute about that. I don't want to do it.
See,
I love part 1 and 2.
Yeah, I like them.
They're
Even
so
the third one
weird.
was pretty good.
I didn't really like the third one, which was basically 1.5. I think, right? I think that's what happened.
What? The third one's what? With the fucking school kids in the bus?
That's part 2.
Oh. What's the third one?
Part 3 is where it takes place in between 1 and 2.
Not the one where he drives the truck.
Yeah, it's just stupid. There's the cops fucking parts. I don't know. It was very forgettable. It's
Maybe
like
I haven't
the
seen
lady
part 2,
has the
part 3.
hand buried, and it's, yeah, it was very dumb. It was pointless. But that was by the same director. This Reborn wasn't. It was a different guy. But still, just as equally bad. I like part 2 though. I like the idea of the kids being stuck in the bus and be stalked by the creeper. That's pretty scary in the middle of the wood, nowhere.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, fuck that. That's scary.
So like, dude, I fucking work out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, and like I think that shit fucking plays in the back of my head, and I'm like, man, fuck. And even then, like driving at night,
Yeah.
I even like look in my rearview mirror just to make sure no one's there.
Yeah. No, people don't understand. Like, rural areas are fucking pretty creepy, man. There's a reason Chainsaw Massacre was scary, in my opinion. Watching it as a kid, I was like, this shit is like 5 miles from me. Where you watch the movie
Yeah,
and you're here sitting there, you're like, this is like in my backyard. Like, this is fucking scary. Fuck that, man. And you're out of nowhere. You can be with no cell phone signal. In the middle of goddamn nowhere, and you're in your home state. You know what I mean?
Fucking died 20
God
minutes
damn.
from home, and like no one's gonna know.
Yeah, what the fuck is happening?
What happened? He never came home.
Yeah, some creepy ass dude walk up to you in the middle of the night, like, what's the problem? Holy shit.
Nothing. Get away from
And
me.
your chainsaw start behind you in the dead of night. Fuck that. Take off running, son of a bitch.
I'll
And then
tell
we've
you
all
what,
seen
though.
how that movie ends.
I freaking I like the Wrong Turn series a lot more than Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Yeah, have
That's
you
interesting.
seen all of them?
I have, yeah.
They're like I like, I don't know, I just like the storyline behind it, and I like how kind of comical it is in a way.
Yeah. Part 1's the shit. I like the
part
first
one is
Wrong
lit.
Turn.
But like, they got real weird with it towards the end, like
Yeah.
the breeding grounds and like stuff like that.
Yeah. Those movies just got stupid after a while. And then you know what's crazy is that I didn't even know that it was the same characters through like the first 4 movies or whatever. And one of them's like a reality show with Henry Rollins and
Yeah,
shit.
dude, I love that one.
Yeah, it's funny. It's fun. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of fun. The one where in the snow was pretty funny too. Like there was some good kills in that one.
The Snow. I think that was the last one they made.
Maybe,
the
yeah.
Reborn.
Some shit like that. I mean, they're all the remake I didn't like because they ditched all the.
See, I
The
haven't
mutant
seen the
stuff.
remake yet.
Yeah,
I
it's-
still want to
it's-
watch
it's
it.
whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. But I like how they kept making those Wrong Turn movies. I don't mind those at all. They are what they are. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
If you go in a fucking Wrong Turn sequel expecting something bad or like with something badass quality or anything, you're barking up the wrong goddamn tree.
Oh, but they're still.
If you're
fun to
looking for some
watch.
good, yeah, they are fun to watch. If you're a fan of those movies, some really good kills in the snow one. I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but the snow one.
that's number.
The Henry Rollins one's
The Henry
good
Rollins
too.
one's fucking sick. I love
Maybe
that
we can
one.
review that one sometime on my channel. We can
Oh,
do that.
I have it on DVD. And
Oh,
I
right
watched
on.
the commentary on it. Like,
Oh, I've never seen no commentary.
Oh,
I'd
dude,
like to check that out.
the freaking director's like, yeah, I'm real surprised we got Henry Rollins on here. He's like, he's just a badass actor. Like, when we shot this scene right here, you see those sun rays? He's like, what sun rays? He's like, right there. Look at that. He's like, that's just me.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It was him and Henry Rollins, or what?
Yeah, well, no, it was the director was filming him, and like he was talking about the sun rays behind Henry Rollins, but
But on the
They're all in the
commentary,
woods.
Who all's on the commentary? Just the director?
I think the director and Henry Rollins, or I
Okay.
think just the director. I don't remember, But I
Dude,
remember
I
hearing
like to
that
check
was
that
just
out.
me.
That'd be awesome. That's the thing about physical media. It's like, yeah, I can pirate shit all day. You're not gonna get the commentary. You're not gonna get.
Yeah.
I love watching commentaries, man. That's the thing I miss about working at the video store where the DVDs were first hitting or whatever. Those like DVDs used to be loaded back in the day. You can watch commentaries and all kinds of shit. I miss it so much. I think that's a channel waiting to be started. It's just clips from commentaries. Yeah,
dude, let's start it.
You got to be about buying the DVDs. You know what I mean? You know, one of the greatest fucking underrated commentaries ever. Have you ever seen the movie Rules of Attraction? It's a college movie directed by the guy who co-wrote Pulp Fiction. His name's Roger Avery. It's written by I can't remember his name. The guy who wrote American Psycho and Fight Club.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. I'm drawing a blank. I'm all strump out over here. I know his name though. It's a weird name. What's his name? Chuck Palahniuk. Uh-huh. Yeah, that guy. But anyways, so he wrote this book, and the movie's pretty good. If you're into like it's very of its time. It's very mid 2000s. But it's like a college movie. It's this whole thing. James Vanderbeek's in it. It's a good flick, good, worth your time. But there's a commentary on it, not only by the writer and the director and all the crew, but there's a special commentary. It says, and all it says on the disc is there's a carrot next to it. And I saw that on the DVD. I was like, what the fuck? I have to see what this is. Throw it in, right? The movie starts. Huh? Oh well, here we are. The rules of attraction, everybody. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Carrot Top. Oh, and his fucking Carrot Top does the commentary the entire movie. And the whole time he's like, well, I guess I better talk about this piece of shit movie. Oh, look at this. We got Dawson. We got Dawson's Creek over here. This is talking shit. Dude, it was so crazy. Everyone go check that out. That's a good channel though. That'd be a good way we should start doing that. Just get DVDs and we can break down the fucking their commentaries. That's a good idea.
You gotta come to the house one day. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I got a fuckload of DVDs.
Hell yeah. Dude, I used to have so much shit. I just got rid of so much shit. I regret it, you know what I mean? But I used to have just too much shit. I moved around a lot. I never had a solid job. I was moving all the time. I just said fuck it one day and just left everything there. Whoever got my shit got a whole bunch of cool shit. Oh, damn. For real. I had this tape once. Maybe you can track it down. It's called The World's Grossest Video. It's literally like the world's grossest video, I guess. Like it's hosted, I guess, by this fucking nasty ass fat dude. He was wearing just like a thong, and he's doing like jackass kind of stuff, but it's really nasty, like gross. Like he bends over and they get a fucking fully loaded paintball gun, shoot him directly in the asshole. And that's what I remember. He goes, It was hilarious. And the cover's green. It's a toilet. And it's like overflowing. It's all fucking... I worked at the video store. I got all kinds of crazy fucking shit, man. I wish I had it all, man. God. I follow all these VHS pages. I'll see tapes I used to have going for like $100 easy. I'm just like, man, I left that bitch just... Like, I just, whatever. It pisses me off, man. Oh, man. I hate thinking about it. I was just so, like, carefree. I just didn't give a shit. Collected all this shit. Got all depressed. Threw it all away, and then really regretted it.
Don't feel bad, man. I mean, at this point in life, dude, you get to say you've had it.
Yeah, I remember all this shit I had. I can have the knowledge. I can talk about it.
Yeah.
So much crazy shit. It's like, I don't want to get too into it now, but one thing that was crazy is the whole VHS thing was like, it's something that doesn't exist now. It's so hard to find the like rotten.com style videos without getting too deep in it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That used to be so accessible to all of us growing up. outside of the video stores, I remember renting like the Faces of Death and the other offshoots that were actual nastiness.
Yeah.
And thinking like, oh, this is crazy. Little did I know, like the renaissance of that shit was right there about to happen on the internet. That we're gonna see way too much shit I should not see at an early age.
Yeah.
And like I think about it often when I think about the internet. Like, how much did the internet affect all of this early on? Should we have been able? Our parents didn't know we're in there watching fucking the shit we were watching. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about like the Mexico videos?
Yeah,
like
you know what I'm saying.
Rotten.com?
Yeah, I just don't want to say a lot of this shit on your shit.
I'll probably cut that out.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's like all the crazy stuff, the cartel videos, all of the era of people putting whatever they wanted to on the internet was right whenever our parents were getting us the internet for our birthdays. Shit, you know? And it's like they had no idea. And I think how much did that shit change me? You know what I mean? Because even now there is no live leak was the last one. Live leak, it doesn't exist in that fashion anymore.
Yeah.
You follow the right Instagram pages, you can see some crazy shit. But even that's like, it's like the darkest side of the fucking internet now. It's like I'm just over it. It's nothing. I don't know why I watched it for the grim factor that we all have, our lizard brains have of seeing the craziness of our fucking reality, you know. But it's like I'm over it now, dude. I get no joy out of that shit. I watch movies now and I have to look away. It's like, I was wondering when that was gonna happen. You know? I used to watch movies and not give a shit, and now it's like I rewatch Hostel. Like, I had to look away. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. I just looked away. I want to change it. My stomach kind of hurts. Like, what the hell? That's crazy.
Dude, Hostel's pretty gory though.
I mean, dude, yeah. It's just watching it back when I just was like, whatever. It's like this is all the effects and blah 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 blah. And it's like I love it. Like now that I got older, I'm less cynical and shit. You know what I'm saying? Than I was 10 years ago, whatever. And it's like I get to just take everything in as it is. It's a lot of fun rewatching shit. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to this guy made this movie for a reason. I'm going to watch it for that. Oh, this is hilarious. It's like fucking Wild Hogs or something. I'm like, oh, that was the point of this is the kind of movie it is. This is what it is. It's not like it objectively sucks or anything. It's not.
Tim Allen was great in this.
That movie's hilarious, dude. I don't give a shit. That movie's fucking funny. It makes me laugh out loud. I find humor in the weirdest fucking like shit that just people don't get. Like a lot of family movies to me are so funny. I'm a big Sinbad fan. Like I think Sinbad is hilarious. Every Christmas I watch Christmas movies like everyone tends to do. This last Christmas I rewatched Jingle All the Way. Yeah. That motherfucker is funny in that movie. Sinbad. Long live Sinbad. I know he's having health problems and shit right now.
Oh shit, is he?
Yeah. Long live motherfucking Sinbad. House guest.
What's one Christmas movie that's like a must that you must watch?
Oh, Christmas Vacation? That's actually the one of those movies I've seen the least. Same thing with Ernest. Ernest Saved Christmas. The ones I've seen the least.
Dude, I think I have that on DVD.
It's a good flick.
I've never seen it.
It's good. To me, the Christmas movie I watch every year is Just Friends.
Just Friends?
Just Friends to me is the perfect Christmas movie. That shit is hilarious.
See, mine's 8 Crazy Nights just because
That's a Hanukkah movie.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is a Hanukkah movie. Yeah. Animated one. Yeah. It's either going to be that or The Grinch. Just because I grew up...
Jim Carrey Grinch?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I grew up watching all that.
Dude, Jim Carrey Grinch.
And A Christmas Story. Yeah, I got to watch like 3 movies within that month.
I tried watching the last one this last Christmas, the remake or the sequel. Wasn't my bag of chips, man. I tried though. Did you watch like there's like sequels to A Christmas Story?
Is there? I've only just watched the one.
I got one here somewhere.
You're gonna shoot your eye out.
I have it here. It's not there, of course, because I'm looking for it. Yeah, there's was it something summer? There's one with Jerry O'Connell. There's at least 3, yeah. They did like a straight to video sequel before they did this last one. The guy who played Ralphie is Vince Vaughn's homie. Whenever you see Wild West Productions, whatever, that's him and Vince Vaughn. It's crazy.
Oh damn.
That movie Couples Retreat, Ralphie directed that.
Damn. There's 5.
There was some straight to video Fox ones. Yeah, there's one with Kieran Culkin, Jerry O'Connell, and then there was another one, and then there was the straight to video one, and then there was the one they did last year.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude. It's a series of books.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've only just seen the one movie.
It's a series of books, and the guy who directed the first one's his name's Bob Clark. That guy is notorious. That guy directed the most iconic Christmas movie, Christmas Story. Also, the most iconic horror Christmas movie, Black Christmas. Directed both those movies. He also did Karate Dog.
What is Karate Dog?
With Chevy Chase. Bob Clark dabbled in like every genre and did like the dramatic version and the horror version, and they're like considered classics now. It's crazy. He did Porky's, like the Porky's movies. I don't know if you know that. Damn it, Bob Clark did so much. I'm drawing a blank. I think he did like Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things or one of those movies or some shit like that. Bob Clark, son of a bitch. Rest in peace.
Dude, I'm mad as hell because I got a VHS that I thought was Porky's. But it ended up being like someone's stashed VHS of like their nasty shit.
Why would you put that in Porky's? That's fucking. That's either genius or it's totally retarded.
I was mad as fuck because like I was like watching it. I was like, damn, Babes Illustrated #4. What the fuck is this? This ain't Porky's.
Oh, God damn it.
Put it in.
That's a funny story, dude. I got the 20th Century Fox Collections version of Porky's 2 at Goodwill. Took it home. It was fucking what's that movie, Navy SEALs? But it was like, it's stupid because like the cover, it looked like a blank tape. It was just the covers. I was like, what is it? Fucking Navy SEAL. Actually, Navy SEALs is not as bad as people talk about it. It's all right. Fuck Charlie Sheen though. That guy belongs in a cage. Seriously.
Thank you for listening. This was an honor and a privilege to work with Mr. Alex Staunch at Staunch TV. I like this episode a lot. Like, it was just fun to hang out with somebody that is into the same things that I am. And I know the music and everything's a little different, just trying something out new. But yeah, let me pass it on and shoot it over to Sir Alex Staunch.
What's up? Everybody, please go subscribe to Staunch TV over on YouTube.com. You know how it goes. Make sure to hit that notification bell too and hit all. That way, every time I go live or do anything, you know exactly what's up. You can also find Alex Staunch on Facebook. Find Staunch TV on Twitter and Instagram. I believe it's Staunch_TV if I'm not mistaken on Instagram. But that's where all the action is. If you have anything you directly want to hit me up about, if you want to send me a message, I will respond. Anything like that. I do a lot of clips and whatever over on Instagram, so that's basically where it is, Staunch_TV. And as far as the channel, there's plenty of good stuff happening over there. You can check out my documentary, Forever, The Untold Story of Rock and Roll High School Forever. You can watch all my fun series, like the TV Wasteland series, the Staunch on Film series, all of my Cottonmouth King videos, all of my new metal videos, all of my Corey Feldman retrospectives, my 2 Corey's retrospectives. Everything is happening over there. There's a bunch of other random shit aside from that. You guys are going to have a blast digging through, the years and years worth of content over there. So please do so. And if anyone out there has a podcast or anything, I'm always game to just jump on and shoot the shit or do whatever, be interviewed. I don't care. I like getting the word out there. I like hanging out with motherfuckers. A lot of fun, and I very much appreciate you having me on tonight. And so that's basically all I got, man. What you want to fucking lead us out?
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. The Anchor link will be posted if you don't have Spotify. Just click another platform. Thank you.